Some trucks get remembered for their chrome, others for their roar. But the ones that really matter, they're remembered for showing up. We're talking about 9 legendary trucks that still hold up today. And you can buy them without selling your soul or your second trailer. And trust me, number 6, it'll make you rethink everything you thought you knew about value. Number 1. Freightliner Columbia. Born in the early 2000s, the Columbia was Freightliner's answer to practicality. It wasn't trying to win beauty contests, it was built to last. And in the process, it became one of the most underappreciated bargains on the used market. You can find them now for less than the cost of a new pickup. And no, that's not a joke. Under $25,000, sometimes even half that, depending on mileage and spec. It came with options too: Detroit Series 60, MBE 4000, Cummins ISX, pick your poison. All capable, all built for long-haul life. Sure, it's got plastic trim and a sleeper that won't win comfort awards, but open that hood, you'll find simplicity. No-nonsense mechanics. Something a seasoned wrench turner can still fix without needing a degree in computer science. It was never designed to be a legend, but like a good pair of boots or a favorite old thermos, the Columbia earned its keep, quietly, day after day. Number 2. Mack Pinnacle CXU613. If trucks had knuckles, the Mack Pinnacle CXU613 would have grease under them. Under the hood, you'll usually find a Mack MP8 engine, a proper workhorse that'll pump out 415 to 505 horsepower, depending on the setup. It's got torque you can feel through the floor, and if you're smart, if you treat it right, it'll give you 500,000 miles before it even starts grumbling. Now here's the kicker. These things are going for pennies on the dollar in 2025. A well-kept CXU613 from the early 2010s? You can snag one for under $3,000. Maybe even less if you're willing to do a bit of your own wrenching. Is it perfect? No. The ride's a bit stiff. The interior's, well, let's just say it's functional, not fancy. But that cab's got room. You'll find decent insulation, good storage, and just enough space to stretch out with a thermos of coffee and a pair of muddy boots. And more importantly, it feels like it was meant for the long haul. It was. Number 3. International ProStar. The International ProStar came out swinging in the mid-2000s. Sleek cab, aerodynamic profile, promises a better fuel economy. It was built to take on the mega fleets, to bring down operating costs mile by mile. And for the most part, it did. But the early days were rough. Navistar's MaxxForce engine, let's be honest, gave the ProStar a reputation it didn't deserve. It ran hot, choked under pressure, and sent too many owner-operators reaching for the aspirin. But here's what the smart buyers figured out. Skip the MaxxForce. Get the Cummins ISX. Suddenly you've got a fuel-efficient, sleeper-ready, highway-chewing machine that'll go 700,000 miles if you treat it like a truck and not a trophy. In 2025, that mistake on Navistar's part became your opportunity. These things are cheap. Criminally cheap. You can find a ProStar with a solid Cummins ISX 15 for under $25,000, often with a sleeper and plenty of life left in the frame. The cab? Quiet, spacious, a working man's apartment on wheels. With the right engine, the ProStar is one of the best value highway rigs still running, and most folks have already counted it out. Number 4. Kenworth T660. Introduced in 2007 as the evolution of the legendary T600, the T660 was all about efficiency, curved hood, sloped windshield, integrated headlights. People laughed at it when it debuted, called it the Aero Potato. But guess what? That potato could pull. Now, it's one of the smartest used buys in the 2025 truck market. Why? Because under that slippery skin is real Kenworth DNA. Heavy-duty frame, optional Cummins ISX or PACCAR MX-13 under the hood, An Eaton Fuller manual if you're lucky, or if you're smart. It wasn't trying to win beauty pageants. It was built to beat fuel costs. And it did. You can grab a 2012 to 2016 model with decent miles for under $35,000, sometimes far less. Fleet-maintained ones are floating around auctions like forgotten treasure. What's inside? A sleeper that's simple but solid. Quiet cab, clean dash, storage everywhere. It doesn't scream luxury, but it also doesn't rattle your fillings out every time you hit a pothole. And here's the kicker, it's still in demand. Owner-operators love it for the balance. Just enough tech to get the job done, but not so much that you need a diagnostic laptop for every oil change. Number 5. Volvo VNL 670. The Volvo VNL 670 isn't the loudest truck in the yard. It doesn't come with a chrome ego or a classic grille. But step inside one and suddenly, you get it. Built with a 61-inch sleeper cab and the signature Volvo D13 engine, or sometimes a Cummins ISX, the VNL 670 has quietly racked up millions of miles across North America. One fuel-efficient run at a time. You can snag one today. Solid condition, good miles, for under $30,000. And here's the wild part. Fleet guys are dumping them, not because they're bad, but because they're moving to newer models loaded with tech headaches. The 670 is the sweet spot. Right before everything got too smart for its own good. Right after everything got good enough to actually last. Fuel economy? Among the best in its class. Driver fatigue? Practically non-existent thanks to that cushy cab and buttery steering feel. And the sleeper? Feels more like a hotel room than a toolbox with a mattress in it. Yeah, parts can be a little pricier, and no, you're not going to win any Best Chrome awards at a truck show. But if you're running coast to coast, living out of your cab, and value comfort that doesn't quit, the 670 is the smart man's workhorse. Number 6. Peterbilt 386. The Peterbilt 386 was born for efficiency, but it didn't forget its roots. It's aerodynamic, sure. Rounded hood, sloped nose. But pop the hood and you'll still find serious American muscle underneath. Cummins ISX, Cat C15, or Packard MX, depending on the year and spec. No fluff, just torque, steel, and purpose. And in 2025, it's a used truck market goldmine. You can land a well-kept model for under $35,000, sometimes lower if you're willing to roll up your sleeves and do some light wrenching. That's real Peterbilt DNA at a used Freightliner price. And that ain't something you ignore. The cab? Clean, durable, built with the same no-nonsense materials Pete's known for. The sleeper? Not as spacious as the big boys, but comfortable and quiet. Made for working drivers, not weekend warriors. And here's what owner-operators love most. It's a driver's truck. Balanced ride, responsive handling, plenty of dash real estate that still feels like a cockpit, not a tablet. It's the kind of truck you connect with, the one you find yourself talking to on those late-night runs through the Midwest. The 386 didn't chase the spotlight. It hauled freight and got paid. And now, years later, it's still out there, pulling hard, running lean, and proving every mile that it's more than just the affordable Pete. Number 7. Western Star 4900. Some trucks are built to impress. The Western Star 4900? It was built to outlast the apocalypse. Tall stance, square-jawed hood, steel everywhere. It looks like it should come with its own zip code. And that's not an accident. Western Star didn't build the 4900 for fleet discounts or flashy reveals. They built it for war zones, logging trails, and oil fields. But here's the beautiful part. In 2025, it's shockingly affordable. You'll find good condition 4900s for $35,000 or less, especially models from the late 2000s into the early 2010s. These were premium rigs when they rolled off the line, spec'd with Detroit Diesel Series 60s, DD15s, or Cummins ISX engines. Inside, it's not trying to be a Volvo. It's tougher, thicker insulation, classic switchgear. It feels like a Kenworth and a Mack had a steel-plated baby. Drivers who've run these trucks say they feel safe in them. Not comfortable in the cushy sense, but confident. Like it's got your back, no matter how bad the weather or the road gets. And best of all, the 4900 isn't trendy. That means no bidding wars, no dealership markups, just raw, no BS trucking muscle, ready to put in another 500,000 miles. If you're running heavy, running off-road, or just want a truck that looks like it eats Cascadias for breakfast, this is your rig. Number 8. Freightliner Cascadia. It's easy to overlook it now, too common, too fleet spec. But here's the truth. The 2010-2017 Cascadia is one of the smartest used buys you can make in 2025. This truck was built during that golden window before the tech overload, but after Freightliner figured out what drivers actually needed. It's got Detroit DD13 or DD15 power under the hood, backed by smart gearing and a frame that can take a pounding, and here's the kicker. They were built by the tens of thousands, which means parts are everywhere and cheap. Need a new door handle, mirror, starter? You'll find 5 of them in the next truck stop parking lot. Now here's where it gets good. You can pick up one of these X-Fleet units for $20.25K. Sometimes even lower if you're not afraid of a little mileage. These are trucks that were maintained like clockwork, oil changed on the dot, serviced by the book. Fleet trucks don't get babied, but they do get taken care of, because downtime costs big money. The cab? Surprisingly roomy. The ride? Smoother than you'd expect. The performance? Enough torque to keep you moving uphill, downhill, and into profit. Is it sexy? No. Is it dependable, affordable, and built to make money? Absolutely. Number 9. Sterling A9500. Born from the brief, strange marriage between Ford and Freightliner, Sterling existed in a limbo. It wasn't quite a Freightliner, it wasn't quite a Ford. And when Daimler pulled the plug in 2009, the whole brand vanished into the fog, a ghost in the used truck market. But here's the thing, they were built tough. The A9500 came with rock-solid components: Cummins ISX, Cat C15, Mercedes-Benz engines in some cases, bolted to a frame that can still hold its own in the modern world. It was made for vocational work, heavy hauling, and long-distance grind. And while it never had the name recognition of a Pete or a Mack, it was quietly doing the same damn job. Today, these trucks are dirt cheap. We're talking $15,000 to $20,000 in working condition, sometimes less. That's almost laughable for a truck that can still tow 80,000 pounds through the Rockies without throwing a fit. Yes, it's boxy. Yes, it's a little ugly. And yes, parts can be a bit more of a hunt. But thanks to its Freightliner DNA, many components are interchangeable, and plenty of scrapyards still stock them. The cab? Simple. Functional. It's not flashy, it's familiar. And for a first-time owner-op or someone looking for a reliable second truck, the Sterling A9500 is a diamond in the industrial rough. It's not dead, it's just ignored. And sometimes, that's exactly where you find the best value of all. Which of these trucks would you buy? Comment your thoughts down below.